I don't. Something will give. It's like you say, an injury will happen, or just they'll stop making progress and they'll get despondent.
I think if you dissected all our programs, so we're all on 3 different programs.
Yeah.
I've trained 5 days a week. I think, James, you've trained 6 days a week. I've trained 3 times a week. Some of my clients train twice a week, for example. You can train as many times as you want. You can train multiple times a day. Yes, you can, of course, if you can recover from it and if there's some thought behind it. I'm sure, when you're training for a triathlon or an Ironman, you kind of have to do multiple training sessions, but they can't just be random. They can't just be hell for leather, see how it goes. I'm feeling good today. Let's show up and boss it. You've just got to stick to the plan. And I know, James, when you're doing, I've only done 6 days a week once, and I couldn't fit it into my schedule. But I'm sure, when you're doing those 6 day a week training program, that you're not really doubling up on any particular kind of workout on a particular. You're not doing like shoulders one day, shoulders the next day, shoulders day after.
I was just struggling to fit it in. I mean, I was literally struggling to fit in 6 sessions a week, especially, with the amount, when you're strength training, with the amount of then time you need to be resting in between sets and exercises. And I just, now that I'm on 4 days a week at the moment, and it's far more manageable. I do 4 strength sessions a week, and I teach 2 spinning classes a week, and I walk. And that's it, that's enough. Yeah, more than enough.
Yeah, I do 3, and they take about an hour and 15, hour and 20 if I'm being a bit slower. That usually maybe sometimes overruns with a bit of stretching. And then I'll run down to work on a Thursday like today. After this, I'll run down and get my run in where I can get the opportunity to. So each program's runs, but I sometimes can't do them on the same day as the training. And I'll do a run on a Sunday evening as well. And Pete, you're on 3 days a week, aren't you?
That's a great thing. I'm actually on 5 days a week now, but because the program, I can't fit it into 3 days. There's one exercise. I've got one-legged push-up assisted, and I can fit it in. I can never be bothered to do it on the same day. So I now do it twice a week instead of 3 times a week on a Tuesday and Friday, Tuesday and Thursday, because it doesn't take out much out of my central nervous system. I find it easy, but I just don't want to injure myself by doing it when I'm tired. But this is a great example. So last week, I'd been away to the mountains, done a lot of walk. I did a long walk as well. I had to do 2 days in a row, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Friday I had a set of presses to do, 10 sets of presses to do with a heavy weight, 10 sets of 10. Heavy weight for me, which last time I did it, I missed the 10th set. So I did that. And then I had other stuff to do, which I didn't. I was like, I'm not doing it. And then I was going to do it the following day, and I didn't, because I was like, do you know what? I'm tired. I need a rest. So I just rested over the weekend, and I had a chat with Paul. And he was great. He said, I sent in the set and I said, oh, I missed this last time. I've got it today. He said, that means you're on a trajectory for a higher 1 rep max, but we don't need to find that out. And I was like, I don't want to find that out. I'm happy that was better. But then I was tired from it, So I then said to him, I'll do the pistol squats tomorrow. And he said, that's the other right answer. Because if you're tired, don't do them. Because if you hurt your knee or you hurt your hips or you fall over or you drop the bell on your foot, you're out for months, aren't you? So
that's what Dennis said to me. I mean, he's like, I was like struggling to get, just because it was the bank holidays, struggling to get 3 workouts in. So I was like, okay, I'll do 2 back to back. And he's like, no, take the day off. Just do 2 this week. Just do them in the order they're written. Don't worry about the day. He obviously trusts me enough to get the volume in over the period of time. Over the course of a month, I'll get pretty much all the workouts in. But to have the adequate rest in between, and I need it. It's not to say I couldn't do it. It's not to say I couldn't do it. I could kind of grit my teeth and get through it, but just for the sake of keeping the form good. Because I think after a while it becomes less about the exercise, as you said, James. It's more about the skill acquisition, particularly in exercises which require skill. Like, they're not just about brute force. Like a 1-leg squat is a skill-based exercise. You have to have your balance. Your nervous system has to be there. There is brute force obviously there,